Orens. Orens and Tressica. Yes. So we're going to need to start gathering some more materials. We can lower the number of builders that we have. And let's get them to start clearing out... Oh, that's the wrong one. Get them to start clearing out some of the stuff down here. Well, we need lumber, so how about we get them to clear out that, and then we get them to clear out some of this stuff first. Yeah, that'll be good. 3 laborers. So the laborers will do just sort of menial tasks. They'll go and they'll collect resources when you assign them to, and they'll also do things like bring supplies to building sites before the builders actually get started. They'll start ferrying materials around to the storage barn, the stockpile, and they'll also, I think they're set to build roads when you ask them to. Which is, that's handy. So it's always good to have, a couple maybe sitting around. The other thing is that later on in the game, if anybody ends up dying, whatever occupation they held before they died, you need a spare laborer to be able to go straight into that position. So it's always good to have, just at least a couple just hanging around. Let's see, who's working on this one? So, Norbertrude decided that he was going to quit being a woodcutter and go back to building. And Fishermain, obviously, having been very happy at having his own house, decided that he really needed to get out of the pepper fields. So he's back over here, and he's decided that he's going to help out Norbertrude to build a house for, I think it was Orens, and who is the lady? Tressica, yes, Orens and Tressica. They really need a house. And meanwhile, our Theridin has taken up the position of woodcutter in the town. And there we go. So Orens, Tressica, and their children Bessia and Macalin have decided that they're going to move into this house. Bessia is 9, which means that he's almost 10 and can almost become a laborer in his own right. So we still have, we're going to have an extra worker coming along here very shortly. There's going to be some time before we actually see anybody else become a laborer, so it's good that we have at least some people coming in. We're going to also get rid of these 2 trees to get some more lumber. And then I think there's lots of stuff that you need to keep track of, but really the most important thing at the beginning of the game is making sure that you get lots and lots of food. So I think because of that, and because we have the wonderfully named Fishermain, that we're going to actually start with a fishing dock. So the fishing dock, you kind of have to set it up so that part of it is on land and part of it is off land, obviously. And I think this is going to be a good place for it. We'll put it right... Yeah, sure, we'll put it right there. And then they'll catch stuff as it comes downstream. And it'll be good. We can also start looking at setting up a road. I think I made a little bit of a mistake when I was gridding out this town. Yeah, a little bit. That's unfortunate. But that's okay. Roads are important because your citizenry actually move faster when they're moving on roads, and that's okay. We can actually make this a double lane. Because why not? It'll look nice. Nice wide main street for our new town. Oh, I suppose we should also connect our farm to the road. And there's actually enough room. I thought that I had put these right next to each other, but there's actually enough room to put roads between the houses, which is kind of cool. So hopefully oh yeah, we should totally take this road over to... How are we going to do this? We'll take it to here, down, and then across. Sure. And that way, there's lots of space so that we can put other buildings in here, maybe more homes as the city progresses, and that sort of thing. Yeah. So this is coming along quite nicely. So you can see here we have Norbertrude. Oh, I guess so he's a builder, and Fishermain, the builder. They've prioritized building the roads in town before they actually get to the fishing dock, which, that's okay. We're not really doing a whole lot at the moment, so that's all right. We do still have people collecting lumber from the surrounding area. The other things that you can collect are these stones, which are the light gray blocks, and then iron, which are the dark gray ones. And stone is important because you need stone to start building homes. Like you can see here, every wooden house that we build requires 16 logs and 8 stone. But then some of the more expensive stuff that you get when you get further into the game actually requires iron. So a stone house, which is slightly warmer, requires 24 logs, 40 stone, and 10 iron. And iron is also really important. As your resources start dwindling, we have these tools here, and tools require iron to be built. And to actually build tools, you need to build a blacksmith, and then you need to have somebody assigned as the blacksmith to actually start working and generating tools for everybody. So there's lots of stuff to keep track of, but this game is a lot of fun. It's very, very pretty, and yeah, you can zoom in pretty close to your people. Here's our Theridin, who's collecting more firewood for us, which is good because we only have 111 because all of our people have started stocking their homes. Oh, as we were talking, here in our event log, the very first event in Summer 1, our first year, the first summer, Bezia has become an adult and is working as a laborer. So that means that we have an extra person working, which is really good because once this fishing dock becomes built, we're actually going to need lots and lots of people to make sure that we can catch enough fish to make it actually worth our while. Hopefully these pepper fields are at 91% yield, so they're coming along quite nicely, but it's going to take a little bit of time before we can actually get the food in there. But once we do, this number will skyrocket, and then we'll be able to replenish our stockpile. Let's see what's going on. Where are our builders? So Fishermain is he's working, so I guess he's probably going to start working on that road right there. Yep. And then Meyer has taken over from Norbertrude and is building the road with Fishermain. If I remember correctly, am I remembering this correctly? Fishermain, yeah, Fishermain and Meyer, they're married. So you know, the husband and wife duo of builders, they're deciding to do the ticket on themselves, and I think this is, nope, that's our Theridin. Where did Norbertrude run off to? Let's try and find him. Is this him? No, that's Banished. So where is our noble Norbertrude? Is he farming? He is! Look at this! Jack of all trades. He has built at least 2 homes, maybe 3. He's chopped firewood for a little while, and now he's out in the pepper field trying to make sure that this crop comes in before the autumn harvest. Man, that Norbertrude. Once, like later on in the game, we're going to be able to build a town hall and stuff, and you know, I think at that point, Norbertrude, if he's still around and with us, I think he'll be a good candidate for mayor. And I mean, he's only 13 right now, so I think he's a prime candidate for that job, and he'll be around for quite some time. Let's see, how are these roads coming? So the lane here between the houses hasn't been finished, but it looks like Meyer is up here. She's finishing up the path between the farms. And this must be Fishermain. Yes, he's coming up to help her finish this. I think I'm actually going to set this as a priority because we really need the fishing dock to get done. Oh, look at this! So the pepper fields have reached their prime capacity, and now our people are starting to harvest the food, and hopefully they will end up taking it into the storage barn, and then our potato-only stockpile will turn into potatoes and peppers. And you know, because you know, who doesn't love a good diet of potato and pepper stew? Yum. Once we get this fishing dock up and running, we'll actually have some protein coming into the people, and I'm sure everybody will be very happy about that. One can only wonder, you know, Orens and Tressica, and Norbertrude and Rezi, and Chow and Tanny, they all have their homes backing onto the pepper fields, and sure, they have a little bit of a backyard here, but I can only imagine what the smell must be like constantly coming in off this way into their back doors. not everybody likes peppers. Not everybody likes the smell of peppers. I bet you they wake up with their nostrils burning every morning. Although I suppose that's probably going to be a little bit better than when the wind eventually picks up from this way and sends the smell of rotting and dead fish and into the town proper. But that's the price that you have to pay for living in a medieval society, I suppose. So let's see, who do we got here? We have Tressica, who's a laborer, and Orin's a laborer, and they're just delivering supplies to the fishing dock before our builders get started. And Baziah, the young Baziah, only 10 years old, and he's already been put to work because back in medieval ages, child labor, that wasn't a thing. And here we have Earldine, who is also a laborer, just delivering supplies before our builders, Fishermain and his wife Meyer, eventually come in here and start to construct the fishing dock where Fishermain will eventually work. We have a little bit of time left. Okay, so now the foundation for the fishing dock has been completed. So eventually, hopefully, these guys will they'll leave their task of constructing this road. And it looks like, yep, they're making a beeline right to the fishing dock. Let's see, how's our stockpile doing? Our stockpile is actually at 73% full. We have 111 logs and 195 firewood. I'm sure that our Theridin here is capping that out at 200 for the time being. When you first start the game, you don't want to set it too much higher than 200 because constructing firewood eventually will run you out of logs. So setting it at 200 for the time being is probably a pretty good idea. And look at this, Fishermain and Meyer, they're getting right down into it, and they're building up this fishing dock. And before we know it, we're going to have a supply of tuna and mahi-mahi and all sorts of amazing fish in the stored on ice and salt in the storage barn, so people can create potato, pepper, and salmon stew, because who doesn't love the combination of salmon, peppers, and potatoes? Not me, that's for sure. I eat that every day. It's delicious. Our pepper fields are emptying out quite nicely, and the peppers actually, they grew really quickly. Normally, you don't actually see yield from your cropped fields until probably about early autumn, or maybe mid-autumn, but we're only in late summer, and these guys are almost completely done. And the nice thing is that once these farm fields are completely empty, there's no need to have farmers working there over the winter, because you can't actually harvest or plant anything over the winter. So then you can reassign your farmers to do other tasks like building or working in the fishing dock. Okay, so we're going to unassign our 2 builders because we don't need them anymore, and then we need 4 fishermen for a full complement. We'll staff it fully, I suppose, rather. And then we'll assign 1 person to eventually finish this road and the other various roads around town. I think that's the only one that's left, is just connecting the fishery. So Baziah and Meyer here have decided that they're going to start fishing. Earldine has also decided that she is going to pick up the fishing rod and come and collect some fish. And where's Fishermain? Is that him? Fishermain! Of course, I knew it! Fishermain, he's long lived with the unfortunate title of Fishermain. That's his name. His parents were very cruel and gave that to him, but he is now fulfilling his destiny and becoming a fisherman, and he will be the head fisherman, obviously, because he is, I do believe, the oldest one here, and everyone will be looking to him for advice on how to properly fish. And he never really wanted to be a fisherman when he started growing up, but the name that he was given was Fishermain, and he's always had a natural knack for it, and so he's decided to reluctantly become the fisherman, even though it's been secretly his lifelong dream. He didn't really actually mind that much. But yeah, you can actually keep track of how much food your each place has generated. So far, they've already caught 22 fish. That's pretty good. And that'll eventually go into the storage barn, and we'll store it on ice and salt to make sure that it doesn't spoil, and everybody will be very happy. Thanks for watching this second episode of Banished. There's more of this game going to be coming on the channel in the future. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm hoping that, we can get Bondsbriar to last for quite some time. So keep on watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!